Hey guys, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing something a little bit different. So I'm doing my skincare routine, which I'm so excited about because I don't know if I love makeup or skincare more, to be honest. So I'll be showing you my AM and PM routines. They're both pretty much the same. It's just for night I do a few extra things. So I'll show you that. And I just want to say I did my makeup in like 5 minutes because it's the morning right now where I am, and I put this makeup on purely so I could take it off for the video. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, I always start off putting a headband on so that all of these stupid little curls get out of my way because they just drive me crazy when I'm washing my face. It is so sweaty today. It is so hot. All of my makeup has already melted off. Okay, now that half of my face has been removed and it's on my headband. In the nighttime, I would start off with some coconut oil to remove my makeup. So I just use any coconut oil and I get some cotton pads and I just put that on them. And then I just wipe my makeup off. I love this because it just dissolves all of your makeup. When I get to my eyes, I just hold it there for a little bit and then wipe it off. I also like to support my skin and then kind of do zigzags to get my mascara off because this skin is so thin and I'm so freaked out of wrinkles. And then just get underneath. And sometimes if you use too much coconut oil, it gets in your eyes and it feels like you've got this weird film over your eyes. But you can just splash it out with water. And then I get 2 dry cotton pads and I just wipe that all off. All of the coconut oil residue. Look how dirty that is. Even if you have oily skin, this is okay to do because you're going to be cleansing after. But just make sure you use a gel cleanser if you've got oily skin because that's really going to degrease and take all of the oil off. Okay, now we're all fresh. So now moving on to cleanser. I use the special cleansing gel. Obviously this is the professional size. So the normal size looks like this. In the night, I just cleanse with that, but in the mornings I mix it with this stuff called Daily Microfoliant. This is also the professional size. Normal one looks like this. So this is just a powder. So I mix it with my cleanser and that acts as an exfoliant, and I do that every morning because it really just brightens my face up, and I get a lot of congestion down on my jawline if I don't exfoliate daily. But if you use an exfoliant that's not meant for daily use, you're just going to strip your skin of all of the good stuff. So if you are exfoliating daily, make sure that it's meant for that. I'm just going to wet my face to prepare for the cleanser. And you can't really see how much cleanser I've got there, but it's about a 20-cent piece. And then I also use a 20-cent piece of this Daily Microfoliant. So, ooh, that is a bit more than 20 cents. And then just mix them together in my hands and put it on my face. So like I said, in the night I don't use this microfoliant, but in the morning I do. In the night I just use the coconut oil and then the cleanser by itself. So I just scrub my face for about a minute, making sure I get into all of those kind of crevices of my skin that I know that I get a bit of congestion and clogged pores, and bring it down to my neck too. I learned in beauty school they always said your face ends here, which I think is so true. Like whatever you do to your face, you should do to your neck as well. You don't want to be one of those old ladies with like a bomb ass face and then your neck is like saggy and wrinkly. By the way, if you haven't gathered by now, I use Dermalogica mostly. I think one of my products isn't in Dermalogica, but the rest is. And I love that brand, but I'm not very loyal to skincare brands because I love to try new things. Skin does get used to products. So, you know, after about 6 months, I usually like to change my product line. And then I'm just going to rinse that off with some water. And I always use lukewarm water, not hot, not cold. Then when I've got majority of the product off, I'm just going to take 2 clean dry cotton pads again and wipe off all the residue, because this is just going to ensure that all of the makeup and dirt is removed. There we go, pretty clean now. Now I'm going to tone my face, so I use the Dermalogica Multi-Active Toner, another professional size, so retail size looks like this, and I'm just going to spritz my face with that. Now every time you wet your face, so every time you rinse something off, you should tone your skin, because water has a high alkaline level which messes with the pH balance of your skin, which is inviting bacteria to attack your skin really. So your skin should be like a balance between alkaline and acidity. It's hard to understand, but like if you've ever had a fish tank or something, you'll understand pH levels are very important. So a toner just brings back the natural pH level of your skin, which makes your products work a lot better. Can you hear that cat? It sounds like a baby crying. Now once a week, one night once a week, I do use a proper exfoliant, because I find even though I am using the daily microfoliant, sometimes my skin just needs, you know, a bit of extra help. So I only have this little sample because I usually do it when I'm at work, so I haven't bought the product, I just do it when I'm at work because I only use it once a week. But it is called the Multivitamin Thermafoliant, which looks like this, and it's actually part of the Age Smart range, but because I get the congestion, I love Age Smart products because they really help with cellular renewal. So it's kind of like impossible for your skin to kind of get clogged because your cells are renewing so quickly. Okay, my camera just turned off because it overheated, but I've just put about a 20-cent piece size of that exfoliant on my face, and I'm just gonna scrub that for about 30 seconds. And this just gives my skin such a good clean. It feels so fresh afterwards. When you exfoliate, you can exfoliate onto a dry skin or a wet skin. So usually I just spray my toner and then straight away I exfoliate. Now I'm just gonna rinse that off. Okay, so next I do a mask. This is also something that I do once a week, and it's often after I exfoliate. So I do it in the PM. I use the Multivitamin Power Recovery Mask. This is just a sample size, so the actual size looks like this. And I am just in love with this mask. Again, it's part of the Age Smart range, but I find it so good when I've got eczema. I don't know why. It's a really kind of calming, hydrating mask, which is what I love. If I'm ever suffering from a lot of breakouts or my T-zone is extra congested, I'll put like a charcoal mask down my T-zone, but I don't have that at home, so I can't show you guys. But any charcoal mask is usually good because charcoal just kind of absorbs any excess oil and impurities out of your pores. So I just put an even layer of this all over my skin, avoiding my eye area because it's a bit too full on for our little thin skin over the eye area. And drag it down to my neck. And then I'm just gonna leave this on for about 15 minutes. At night, this is when I'll usually brush my teeth and have a shower and lie on my bed doing nothing. Okay guys, so I've had this on for 15 minutes now. Look at like what my upper lip sweat's done to it. So now for this, I'm gonna wash it off. I'm gonna wet a cloth, or in this case a towel because I forgot to bring in a cloth, and just wipe that off nice and gently. You don't want any scrubbing. Oh, my face is feeling so good now. Sorry if the lighting's really weird too. One side of my window has a fly screen and this side doesn't, so it might look a bit shadowy and light in some areas. Now because I wet my face, I'm gonna tone again. Now I'm going to use some rosehip oil. So this is the Endota certified organic rosehip oil. This is the professional size, so it actually looks like this. I think you can only get this in Australia because Endota is an Australian franchise. So in the morning I just do 1 pump, but in the night I do 2 pumps. So for this video I just did 2 pumps, and I just press that into my skin. I love going to bed with this on my face. In the morning, my face is still so hydrated. I actually think it is very important to use an oil in your skincare routine. And if you've got oily skin, then use a hydrating serum, because oils and serums, they have a smaller molecular form, which means they do get a bit deeper in your skin than the moisturizers and things like that do. So what it does, whatever you put on top of these serums and these oils, it kind of drags the moisturizer down too, like to that deeper level, which just makes it last a lot longer. And that's what you want really. You want your moisturizer and everything you did in the morning to last you till the evening, and vice versa. So hydration is key here, people. Now I'm going to use a serum. So here I have the Dermalogica Ultra Calming Serum Concentrate. So this is so good for anyone who has eczema or something like rosacea, dermatitis, anything like that. And I'm seriously running out. Okay, so I've got about that much, and just place that evenly all over my face and neck. So I find that this just helps even my skin tone out. As you can see, I do get quite a bit of redness. I have some acne scarring and I have just a bit of discoloration around my mouth and my nose, especially when I'm touching my skin, like cleansing my face. This stupid blurring filter, sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. Right now it's off, so this is what my skin looks like. And now it's on. And now I'm gonna use an eye cream. So I only have this really mini one. My actual one's getting ordered, so it's coming soon. It's called Total Eye Care by Dermalogica. There are so many reasons I love this. As you can see, I get milia around my eyes quite badly. I tried to pick that one out last night, which is naughty. And that's because my skin's so weak there because I get eczema on my eyes and I use the cortisone cream on my eyes, which is so bad. It kind of clogs my pores. So amelia is a blackhead, but skin's grown over it, so it's not been oxidized, and that's why it's white inside rather than black. So when I get enough, which is probably now, I usually lance them out with like a little pin that's specifically made for things like that. But I find that when I use the Total Eye Care, I use that morning and night. It does help kind of prevent them. It just doesn't get rid of them because it's got AHAs in it, which are little exfoliating agents. You don't feel them. It's not granularly. It's just little enzymes that kind of eat away at your dead skin, which is so great, especially for people with sensitive skin. It's also got sunscreen in it, which is perfect because the skin around our eyes is just so susceptible to being burnt and things like that because it's so thin. And when you think about it, when you do put sunscreen on your face, you don't take it up to your eyes. So that's why I love this eye cream. So with eye cream, you really don't need much. I'm just using like half a pea size. And I'm just gonna dot that around my eye. So you know that bone, it's called the orbital bone. You've got this kind of circular bone around your eye. Just put it all over there. And they say to use your ring fingers because they're the most gentle fingers, and to just tap it in. Okay, so now for the last part, I'm gonna moisturize. So I use the Dermalogica Intense Moisture Balance. In retail size, it looks like this. I have hair on my face. Get off. So I use this morning and night, and because I've got so much other stuff on my face, I only need about that much. Now this is good for a kind of like a more dry to combination skin type. I actually have combination to oily skin type, but I really like it because I'm just obsessed with being hydrated and feeling all sticky. I don't know why, most people hate it. So I'm just gonna rub that in, taking it down to my neck. And then we are done. So in the morning, I would obviously after this prime my face, and then the BB cream that I wear to work has sunscreen in it, so I don't add sunscreen to my face as part of my skincare. It's more part of my makeup. And in the night, obviously, I don't add sunscreen at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun filming it. If you ever have any more requests for kind of educational videos, let me know. I'd seriously love to do videos kind of for specific skin types. So like oily skin, what to use, what to avoid, things like that, or the difference between a skin condition and a skin type. I seriously love skin. So if you guys want to see that kind of stuff, let me know because I'd be super interested to help you guys become more informed. But anyway, I hope this was nice and helpful for you guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you next week for another set of the palette series videos. Mwah!